Sound check 1 presenter, September 27th. Sound check 1. And sound check 1 clerk, September 27th. Sound check 1 clerk.
And Councillor, we are now live.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And I'm just gonna, so welcome everyone. Oh, hold on a second. You just made me remember. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Members of the public are advised that our meetings are webcast live by the City of Hamilton and temporarily archived on the city's website. As well, a reminder that all electronic devices are to be switched to non-audible function during committee meetings. Members are reminded of the 5-minute time limit, which will be adhered to during this meeting, and members can submit a request to speak if they require more time to ask questions or make comments. And we have quorum of present with Councillor.
Anne has now joined us as well.
Sorry. Yeah, because I got the agenda on the screen. So thank you. Welcome, Councillor Nan, as well. Thank you. We have full committee present then. May I have a mover and a seconder, please, to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Councillor Danko, second by Councillor Wilson. All in favor? Carried. We're just hands. Are we doing election, Angela?
Oh, I just put the electronic vote up on the screen.
That's fine. Got it. Okay. Thank you for that.
And Councillor Nan, are you able to see the vote? Oh, excellent. And that carries 4-0.
Thank you, everyone. Declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest today? Seeing none, next I'm going to ask that may I please have a mover and a seconder to approve the minutes of the June 21st meeting, 2021. Moved by Councillor Nan, second by Councillor Danko. All in favor? Are there any questions on the minutes though before we do? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you.
And that carries 4-0.
We do not have any communications today, no delegation requests or consent items or public hearing or presentations. So we're going to go right into the discussion items, which is the capital project closing report as of June 30th, 2021, FCS 21080 citywide. Are there any questions of staff on this report before you? Councillor Wilson.
Thank you, Chair Pearson. I do have a question seeking clarity on Appendix B of the report, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Just trying to, while I'm trying to get to it, just off my memory on page 1, there's a table in it which identifies golf carts with zero monies attributed to it. Could someone talk to me about whether that's the status of the history of and status of the capital reserve for that, and whether this is an intended purchase, and if so, when?
So through the chair, Brian McMullen, Director of Financial Planning, Administration and Policy. I specifically don't have any specific information about that, but I'm looking to my colleagues if someone is on the line who can maybe answer that one. Don't know who that would be, whether it's someone from Recreation or whether it be someone from Fleet.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Through the chair, I don't see anybody jumping in. If you'd like, we can get back to you on the answer to your question after this meeting.
Thank you. I guess to be fair, if you could share it with all my subcommittee colleagues, that would be great.
And yes. I noticed it's on the line item is under delayed canceled projects. So I'm assuming whatever it was, it says delayed and canceled projects.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Chair. It's on page 1 of 4, Appendix B, just seeking clarification whether it's delayed or whether it's canceled, and what is the determinant switching it from one to the other.
Yep, absolutely. Brian will address that and make sure we're all aware. Thank you for that. Any other questions of committee members on this report? Seeing none, then may I have a mover and a second to approve the item as 10.1 on today's agenda? Moved by Councillor Danko, seconded by Councillor Wilson. All in favor, an electronic vote, please. Oh. Got it.
And that carries 4-0.
Thank you, Angela. And then we have 10.2 is capital project status report as of June 30th, 2021, FCS 21079 citywide. And staff again are in attendance and can go through the report with the committee to answer any questions. So I'm going to just open it up that we'll start with maybe Appendix A and then move through as any questions come forward and then go to Appendix B. So are there any questions on Appendix A? I'm just trying to pull it up myself. 10.2. Sorry. Seeing none. And, Councillor Danko, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, just one question on page 23 of Appendix A. One of the studies is a food and farming plan of 2016. And I believe it's at 42.8% completion. And some of the discussion there in the status is that it's work on mapping the agricultural land and to partner with our 6 other municipalities, which are part of the Golden Horseshoe Food and Farming Alliance. And I note that there's a note there that the 2021 action plan was complete and additional funding may be required. So could I just get an update on that 42.8% and what's still outstanding?
Yes, thank you. And I'm not sure who's going to answer that. I think Joanne Hickey Evans was on the action as it sits, but Brian?
So through the chair, Brian McMullen again. So I think we have someone from Planning and Economic Development. Looks like Christine Newbold is available to answer that question, unless it was Anita Payback.
No, it's Christine here. I don't seem to be seeing myself coming up. Can people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you, Christine.
Oh, okay. So yes, this was under Joanne Hickey Evans before she retired, and I just wanted to confirm that I can't update you, but I will certainly look into that. And that is a plan being done with several municipalities together. So I will provide I can provide an update to this group in a different way.
Thank you. And I just bring it forward because it seems like it's becoming increasingly relevant to our Grids 2 discussions, where the province is now saying that we need to consider regional implications of prime agricultural farmland. So if we already have studies underway to consider that, it seems like it's being increasingly relevant to those discussions. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Councillor Wilson?
Thank you, Chair. Just along those lines, I was just wondering through you to staff if it's possible to be in receipt of that update in advance of the October 25th meeting, which is focused on Grids 2.
Christine?
Yes, I can certainly provide that update. I'll have to be in touch with the other municipalities working on the project as well.
And along with the update, if I could, through you, Chair, just to ensure that I'm fully aware of not only update, but the intended scope and deliverables of the project. And as part of that update, just what the study has been able to amass from each of the participants, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Christine's got that much
Yes.
to take away. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Any other questions on Appendix A? Seeing none, we'll go to Appendix B then. No one has any questions, Councillor Danko?
Thank you, Chair. On page 5 of Appendix B, along the same lines, question, there's a project that is the Grids 2 Stormwater Master Plan, which is currently underway at 60.5% completion. So similar to the previous question, is there an update on when that'll be completed in the context of the Grids 2 deliberations currently underway?
I think, Christine, would that also be? I'm not sure. Actually, it was Bert Pozadowski of Water Department.
Yeah, so
Through the
through the
chair.
chair, Brian McMullen again. I'm checking to see if anybody's available from Hamilton Water.
Through the chair, Stuart Leach from Technical Delivery Manager. I'm here on Mark Bainbridge's behalf, so apologies. But I can certainly find an update for you and get that to you as soon as I can.
Okay, thank you. I have one other question, separate in a different topic. So I guess I could ask that now.
Is it on Appendix A or B,
It's on
Counselor?
Appendix B, yes.
That's
Just
fine. Please
separate
go
issue.
ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
So on page 11, 12, and 17, there's a number of LRT projects that have budget assigned to them, but had just started or don't have very significant funds spent yet. I think most of them around like 2-3%. But in total, they add up to around $10 million of allocated funding. So now that we're back on track with LRT with the MOU signed, so is it right that those funds were always in the budget and now they're just being restarted? Or will they have to be revisited, now that the scope and the timeline's different?
I'm not sure who's here on that one, Counselor, so we'll see.
So yeah, through the chair, Brian McMullen again. I see that Erica Waite is on the call. I don't know whether she has had updates. Erica Waite is in Public Works Engineering Services. I'm not sure if she has an update on the discussions around the LRT related projects. Erica, do you have an update?
Hi, sorry about that. Hi, Erica Way from Engineering Services. I'm here representing Gordon McGuire today. No, we don't really have any updates on the timing of the LRT projects because we don't have that schedule of projects coming from Metrolinx at this time. So we're still waiting for that, at which point we can start sorting out what those enabling projects will look like going forward.
Thank you. So just in the meantime, the chunks of funding that have already been included with the budget are just going to stay there and then we'll update them as required. That's the intention.
Yes, that is the intention. I think when the announcement came back that LRT was back on the program, we didn't want to move the budgets around just to have to move them around again. So they were intended to stay in the WIPs until we figure that out. We were hoping it was going to be by now, but as soon as that information becomes available, we'll resort that into the capital program where required.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Counselor. Counselor Wilson.
Thank you, Chair. On Appendix A, just going there now. Page 36, excuse my ignorance, I've not heard of this before. On page 36, about halfway down, the Escarpment Slope Stabilization. There's a $1.3 million, and apparently it's being done in partnership. Oh, am I reading the wrong one? I thought it was being done in partnership. Oh, Escarpment Erosion Study. Sorry. 350,000 to be done in partnership with MAC. It's for this year. I was just wondering if Erica, who is identified as the project manager, could just speak to that and when the expected deliverable is going to be. And of course, I use the Keddy Trail quite frequently, and I'm always looking at Claremont access. So just kind of top of mind. Thank you.
Yes, through the chair. That is a project that we are looking to get started with in coordination with McMaster University. We had a little bit of a delay because we've had some staffing shortfalls in the last year or so. So given that our bridges and structures program is quite hefty, we prioritize the existing bridges at this point. But we're looking to do the study again in coordination with McMaster, not just for Sherman access. It's supposed to be a larger program over a longer term to help study the erosion rates and deterioration of the escarpment itself. Over a long term, given that we have a number of crossings, at least 17 or 19 escarpment crossings, And that's just on roads. We additionally have, a number of water, wastewater crossings through the escarpment. So that's meant to see how the escarpment face is reacting to some of our infrastructure and how it's reacting on a natural basis as well. We are delayed on the start of it. We had been in talks with them prior to the pandemic, but that certainly put a hold on things. So we're looking to get it started, as soon as we get that staff time up to complement to be able to dedicate to that project.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Through you, Chairperson. Just so I'm clear, though, what is the anticipated timeline for the study itself once it begins? Do you know?
Through the chair, yeah. So it's supposed to be a 5-year study at this point. So we're looking to capture a number of seasons. As you know, rock formations occur over long periods of time, and so does the erosion. So we'd like to start tracking that with the expectation that it could go to a longer period study with McMaster University, again, looking at that, longer than 5, maybe 5 to 15 year study period. It depends on how it goes in the first 5 years. The first 5 years will primarily be compiling all the reports that we've already done, a lot of the geotechnical investigations we've done to date, and investigating some of the performance of our infrastructure across the 8 escarpments over the time period, what we've done to date, and then over the 5 years of the study that we're expecting to start.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone? Seeing no other questions, then may I please have a mover and a seconder to approve item 10.2, moved by Councillor Wilson, seconded by Councillor Nan. All in favor?
And that carries 4-0.
Thank you. And going on to, hang on a second, that was 10.2. Okay, so we have the next item. Let me go back to it here. Item 14.1. Oh, actually, it's Appendix C, which is a confidential report. And if there's any questions, we have to go in camera to deal with page 4 on the report. So is there any questions on this that we does anyone wish to go in camera on concerns of this, because we can't speak in open session? So everybody's satisfied with the information that's before you confidentially then. So if that's the case, then may I please have a mover and a seconder? Let me see, to approve item 10.2 completely.
So
moved by,
through the
sorry.
chair, we did already approve the whole report in that last vote. It included Appendix C, and that Appendix C remained
So
confidential.
we're fine then. So that's
Correct.
fine. I just want to be sure, because that actually was after that last part. Thanks, Angela. I thought it was a little weird. Okay, so with that then, I don't see anything else. May I have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Councillor Nan, second by Councillor Wilson, and recorded vote.
And that carries 4-0.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
That was a
you.
very efficient way of dealing with this. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.